man.
Next, how a class project turned into a life-changing invention for this teacher.
And on Eyewitness News at 5 a.m., a dramatic crash caught on tape. What happened just before this car came racing through the windows?
See it, shoot it, send it. When you capture breaking news on your camera or cell phone, email it to Eyewitness News and video at myabc7.com.
A Michigan teacher is thanking his students for a custom-fit gift.
It's a prosthesis for a hand he lost 40 years ago. It's called the Handy Typer. Mike Martin lost his left hand in a punch press accident, and when some of his engineering students were given the assignment to design a device for people with disabilities, they immediately thought of him. Martin says it's not only saving him time when he types, it's great for his life.
It's not what you lose, but what you've got left. But I can imagine that it will be like my old left hand again.
Sure. In addition to helping their teacher, the students learned their design beat out 100 other schools to make it to the National Engineering Finals.
Well, what a great attitude he has.
Absolutely.
He's totally deserving. Next at 5, President Barack Obama gets tough on companies getting bailout money, the new rules he's set to announce today.
A spike in burglaries and break-ins in one area of Orange County has residents on edge and police searching for suspects.
And there's actually a bit of encouraging news on the housing market. Eyewitness News at 5 a.m. starts right now.
Live from ABC 7, Philip Palmer, Kathy Vara, Garth Kemp weather, Jane Monreal and Scott Rife traffic. Now, Southern California's first high-definition news. Eyewitness News at 5.
Good morning. I'm Kathy Vara.
And I'm Philip Palmer. It is Wednesday, February 4th. Thanks for starting your morning with us. Jane Monreal comes back to work from vacation and has a traffic alert right out of the gates.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
We missed you. Remember you?
Who are you?
We spoke of you every day.
How do you do?
Garth Kemp is here with rain in the forecast.
There was not this much excitement when I came back after 3
Sure there was.
Really?
We had to, hold it in.
Look, they're already taking the camera shots to Jane now, too. All right, let's come back to The Rock. Let's come back to that image of beauty we've all come to know and love in the mornings.
Back here.
Back to Jane, right?
At least our director's smart. Okay. Yeah, nice. Never brings me a picture of, like, Angelina Jolie holding my photo.
She wasn't on the lot.
No. Can't. Because
She
once
did
you saw
have
my
a vial
photo,
of blood
once you saw
around
my
her neck
photo,
once.
Brad Pitt would be history. All right, everybody, Angeles National Forest. Nice to have you with us. 5 o'clock straight up in the Southland. Picking up a few clouds right now. Things not quite as cool for us. 56 degrees. Winds north-northeast at 3. We will see the high clouds start to increase today, so we're going to start to change things over. 47 in Granada Hills, clear there. 51 in the Newport Beach and Laguna area, so nice down there as well. Let's see, Palmdale at 29. Thousand Oaks 44, and Ontario coming in at 42. So today the beach is at 72. The sea breeze starts to pick up. We start to lose the offshore push. That brings us down a little bit. The valley 79. Mountains today coming in at 53, and the deserts at 81. So there is rain on the way. When will it get here? How much will we get? How will it affect the weekend? All of that, and how much we had to pay The Rock to pose with not Jane's picture, but with our photo of Larry, our director. For the reason that shows you the difference. Movie star behind the camera. Well, it's illustrated perfectly.
The Rock, he was just dying to pose. He wanted to be in Jane's.
He kept the
picture.
picture.
He was painful. We
Absolutely.
released his family immediately after that. Right.
All right, let's go ahead and check in with Jane right now. She's back. She has a traffic check.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the 57. I heard The Rock's publicist wants a copy of that picture of me and Dwayne. Fellow UM alum. That's why. We're just former classmates trying to get together. Hey, good morning, guys. Good to see you. Good to be back. It is going to be a pretty decent ride all around, at least for the moment. We do have this traffic alert, actually, 57 southbound. The connector, just the connector to the 10 is shut down because of an earlier car fire. Hopefully, they're going to reopen things here shortly. Otherwise, LA Basin looks good. The 5 out of Orange County up through the 605. And once you pick up the 605, here it is through the Caltrans camera near Slauson and Santa Fe Springs. Both directions, a nice roll, both sides there of the 605. And the Inland Empire off to a good start as well. So with that, your traffic tracker drive time still in the green from the 15 out to the 55 at just 16 minutes. Kathy.
Thank you, Jane. Big changes for companies getting government bailout money. Today, President Barack Obama is targeting executive pay and company perks. As ABC's Viviana Hurtado reports, the president wants to cap compensation.
President Barack Obama is going forward with his plan to fix the battered economy. He's slated to appear later this morning with Treasury Secretary Tim Geithner to announce new limits on executive compensation at companies that receive federal bailout money. But his stimulus package, which is still being debated in the Senate, has hit a speed bump.
We can scrub it of any problems that are in there, but what I don't want to do is to delay creating jobs for people who are losing work, providing families some direct relief in the form of middle-class tax cuts, in the form of tax breaks for small businesses.
Congressional Republicans say the bill that's approaching $900 billion will mortgage Americans' future without any guarantees that it will turn around the failing economy.
The American people, the polls are rapidly shifting. The American people are beginning to figure out what this package is, that it's not a stimulus package, it's a spending package.
Another rough patch for the new administration concerns nominees for key positions. The Treasury Secretary was confirmed despite tax troubles. Not the case for Tom Daschle, who was named Health and Human Services Secretary, or Nancy Killefer, picked to be the government's first Chief Performance Officer. Their tax troubles forced them to withdraw their nominations.
This was a self-induced injury that I'm angry about, and we're going to make sure we get it fixed.
18 mayors from across the country are meeting at the White House on the agenda discussing the stimulus plan, specifically projects to improve infrastructure such as roads and bridges. Viviana Hurtado, ABC News, Washington.
Los Angeles Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa is scheduled to meet with members of President Obama's administration today. Mayor Villaraigosa is already in the nation's capital, and it's his second trip to Washington in 3 weeks. The mayor is hoping to receive federal funding for transportation and green technology projects. Villaraigosa is expected to meet with 3 officials, including Valerie Jarrett, a senior advisor to President Obama.
In other news, a warning to some Orange County residents. There's been a serious increase in burglaries, car break-ins, and car thefts. The crimes are taking place in an 8-square-mile area centered around Anaheim Hills and East Anaheim. Eyewitness News reporter Lisa Hernandez is live in Anaheim with what residents need to know. Lisa.
Philip, good morning. It is mainly cars that are being broken into here, but as you mentioned, home burglaries also on the rise. Anaheim PD saying thefts, people breaking into cars as well as homes are up over a 5-month period. They're seeing this record number here. It might be related to this worsening economy, but authorities do cite that 8-square-mile area that was up on that map, Philip, centered, as you said, on Anaheim Hills and the eastern part of Anaheim. Crooks spot cars with valuables inside, things like laptops, portable navigation systems, electronics, namely. They break in, grab the stuff, and take off, and it's a simple getaway for these guys. The affected area has quick access to freeways, including the 91, so these thieves have an easy way out of the area. Anaheim Police Department says people need to be vigilant because valuables are disappearing from cars at an increased rate. These thieves show no sign of slowing down. Now, police say using a car cover could help deter thieves. They do recommend throwing one on just to be safe. And of course, they're encouraging folks not to leave valuables at all in their cars if they can prevent that from happening, at least not in plain sight. Anaheim PD will be involved with a community meeting happening February 19th at Running Springs Elementary on Running Springs Drive. It'll happen at 7 p.m. again on the 19th of this month. They're also hoping that the community can come forward with any clues leading them to the thieves that are breaking into cars and homes at this increased pace over the past 5 months. If you have any information for detectives, they would sure love to hear from you. That number on your screen right now, 714-765-1900. That's the latest here from the Anaheim Police Department. I'm Lisa Hernandez, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
And police are looking for a hit-and-run driver who struck and severely injured a pedestrian in Newport Beach. The victim was hit while standing near a disabled vehicle on Hospital Road just south of Placentia Avenue on Sunday. Witnesses say a vehicle similar to the one we're going to show you left the scene without stopping to help. The vehicle is described as either a white 1996 to 2001 Ford Explorer SUV or a white 1997 Mercury Mountaineer SUV. Police say the vehicle may have damage to its right front corner from the impact. If you have any information, call the Newport Beach Police Department hotline, and that number is 800-550-NBPD.
A warning for residents in Silver Lake. There's been a string of robberies, and residents need to be aware there. Investigators say the robberies are not hate crimes. In a news conference, the LAPD says the victims were not singled out because of sexual orientation. All of the victims, though, have been men walking alone. 4 of the robberies turned violent. The assaults happened at all hours, even in broad daylight. Residents say the police should have warned them earlier.
This was my first time hearing about this.
I mean, I hadn't heard anything until right now, and that kind of worries me, especially at this time. You know, you're thinking you're safe, and in reality, you're not.
Officials warn residents don't walk alone. Police believe the suspects, who travel in groups of 2 or 4, could be gang members. If you have any information about the robberies or the attacks, you're urged to call the LAPD at 877-LAPD 24/7.
We have an update now on the MacArthur Park melee. The LA City Council is set to vote today on settlements in that case. Council members are voting on the estimated $13 million needed to settle hundreds of lawsuits. The LAPD is accused of using excessive force to clear immigration protesters and journalists from MacArthur Park on May Day back in 2007. A number of people were injured.
An executive with an Orange County manufacturer has pleaded guilty to paying more than $600,000 in bribes to 4 foreign utility officials. The executive is Richard Morlock, the former financial director of Control Components Incorporated. That company makes industrial valves. State-owned gas, oil, and power companies in China, South Korea, Romania, and Saudi Arabia bought the products. Control Components officials have not commented on this guilty plea.
The new cast of Dancing with the Stars is just days away from being revealed, but it won't be announced the usual way.
Also ahead on Eyewitness News, luxury homes in one local community are still very much hot property.
Plus, a frightening moment for customers at one store, and it's all caught on tape.
Jane's over there going, yes, as she walks over. Great. All right, good morning, everybody. Listen, we have a change in the forecast coming away. A beautiful day still on tap today, but there is rain coming up. We'll keep you updated on that. Jane's already has, well, you already have problems, right?
Yes, I do have problems, but
On the
that's for another Oprah. Good morning, everybody. We do have some Caltrans work as well as this traffic alert. Yes, in San Dimas, it still has the connector road shut down. 57 at the 10. We'll get you the latest when we come back.
You're watching Eyewitness News in high definition.
More million-dollar-plus homes were sold in Manhattan Beach last year than anywhere else in California. $296 million homes were sold in 2008. That's the most in the state. The most expensive was nearly $7 million. Throughout the state, sales of expensive homes did dip to the lowest level in 5 years. Elsewhere in Southern California, Brentwood was 8th on this list, Pacific Palisades 9th, in 13th place, Beverly Hills.
A possible merger on the music front.
And another electronics giant is forced to slash jobs. ABC's Jeremy Hubbard has those stories, plus President Obama's new rules for bailed out companies.
Good morning. Here's your Money Scope report. The Obama administration is ready to crack down on executive pay. President Obama will announce a new set of guidelines today for top executives at companies that receive federal bailout money in the future. The new rules would impose a $500,000 a year cap on pay. Anything above that would have to be in the form of stock that can't be sold until the company pays back the government. Some Wells Fargo employees have some extra time on their hands now that a company-planned Las Vegas junket has been canceled. The company came in for a rash of criticism for planning the outing for top-performing employees. Congressional critics said it was misspending some of the $25 billion it received from the $700 billion bailout fund, so Wells Fargo called off the event. Electronics giant Panasonic is announcing a major round of layoffs this morning. The company is slashing 15,000 jobs and shutting down 27 plants worldwide. Detroit started the new year the same way it ended 2008, in reverse. January was the auto industry's worst month in 27 years. General Motors, Ford, and Chrysler all reported steep sales declines of more than 40%. Toyota and Honda also saw a sharp drop-off in sales. There is some rare good news on the housing market this morning. Plunging home prices and record low mortgage rates are finally bringing some buyers back into the market. Pending home sales jumped more than 6% from November to December, the first increase since summer. Some experts say the market may be bottoming out. Two of the most powerful players in the music business are close to a merger. The Wall Street Journal reports Ticketmaster and Live Nation are nearing a deal. It would bring the world's top ticketing company and the biggest concert promoter under one roof. The new company would have close ties with over 200 artists, including Madonna, Miley Cyrus, and Christina Aguilera. And that is your Money Scope report. I'm Jeremy Hubbard.
Looks like a big storm's headed our way. Let's head outside right now, show you what it looks like in high definition in Long Beach. Garth Kemp is up next with a live Mega Doppler 7000 HD forecast.
Also coming up on Eyewitness News, one police chief goes to the extreme, and it's all for a good cause.
This morning's Money Scope report brought to you by Osteo Biflex.
Welcome back to Eyewitness News this morning. This is probably the last day to really enjoy just a start to finish good day.
Yeah, I think so, because we're going to start to see it change late tonight. Then tomorrow, I think middle of the day, but certainly by rush hour tomorrow, you guys.
Okay.
So
and we'll be here
rush hour
following
evening.
it.
No, rush hour evening. Yeah, rush hour evening. Not in the morning. Yeah, rush hour evening. Thanks, Phil. I think rush hour morning for us on Friday. So we're going to get a little bit of everything here. Jane's back to help keep you up on traffic. Let's take you out. I'll show you what's going on weather-wise for us as we're starting to get a better handle on things. Excuse me. Good morning. 18 minutes after 5, Long Beach, HD. Nice out there, 56 degrees downtown. Fairly nice everywhere for this time of year. We're somewhat mild, 47 into Ontario, 33 in Riverside, mild compared to what we should be. 50 in Oxnard and 32 up towards Palmdale. All right, so the low that I've been talking about for a long time, long before anybody else got on this bandwagon, 4 in the morning today. We're going to take you out 48 hours. Nice symmetry to it. Watch it make its move throughout the day today, getting closer to us. A lot of energy associated with this. And then, boom, by Thursday afternoon, you can see it starting to sweep through the area. And then Friday, another one on the heels of it starts to move through. So we could see anywhere between 1 and 2 inches of rain in the low-lying areas and more than that into the foothills. We'll have to watch flash flooding. But today, everything comes down just a little bit. 77 into Pasadena, downtown 78. The beaches today, the sand should be right around 72. Speaking of which, west-northwest swells from Malibu, 1 to 3. Things are building a little bit. Huntington looks good at 2 to 4. Same for San Onofre, high tide today at 11:57. Here's a 7-day. Big drop in temperatures, a lot of cold air associated with it, enough to destabilize things. We could see some thunderstorms. I think by 3, 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, we'll start to see the rain in LA County a little earlier, obviously, if you're up towards Ventura. And then Friday, showers in the morning, and that second one hits us Friday evening in through Saturday. And Sunday, we should be drying things out a little bit, although there could be some wraparound moisture. Could see 6 inches or more of snow into the high country. We'll watch that as well. The timing's a little off, so we haven't seen some winter storm warnings yet. National Weather Service not issuing those yet because it looks like this thing is slowing down just a little bit. But it's been a wild year trying to predict this stuff anyway, so we'll see how we go as we make our way through the day. But nonetheless, we can use whatever we can get because we're definitely below normal. Okay, birthdays today. Brett Murphy, 9 out of San Bernardino. Happy birthday to you. Colin Alexander Deschamps, 12 out of La Crescenta. And Alice Cooper, a.k.a. Vincent. Oh, okay. No, I just got you. Vincent, you guys know Vincent's last name? Alice Cooper? I forgot it.
You're the trivia guy.
I know,
when
and
it
I
comes to
did.
music.
And I interviewed him years ago on radio. I went to the same high school together, but he was way ahead of me. Tortured the same band teacher, 61.
Way
Happy birthday to Alice
ahead of
Cooper.
you. Right.
All right.
School's out forever.
We'll let Garth live in that moment. Okay,
Oh,
let's go
great.
ahead and
Yeah,
check
that's
in with Jane Monreal, who is back from vacation but has a traffic alert.
We do, Kathy, and not even the rain here yet affecting things for traffic. You know who I went to school with? Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who grabbed a picture with me in my picture earlier while I was gone. Thank you very much, Larry, our director. Okay, let's get to this traffic alert. It is still there. I'm waiting for an update from Highway Patrol, so hopefully things should be out of here shortly. It was a tractor trailer that hit the center divider, got fully caught in fire. Fully engulfed. The fire's pretty much out. They're just waiting to tow the thing out of the way. So that should be out of there shortly, hopefully. In the meantime, South 57 actually looks pretty decent down from Brea Canyon into Orange County. Caltrans work also wrapped up West 10 to the South 110. And the San Fernando Valley, really quiet so far. Not too much going on out of the Santa Clarita Valley. We're going to take the break while things are nice and dry and early. 405 through the Sepulveda Pass. Here it is. Caltrans camera shot over Sherman Oaks and leaving Valley Vista. Good one. So with that, your traffic tracker drive time just 10 minutes through the Sepulveda Pass. Kathy, Phillip?
All right, Jane, good thing you're back because the wait is almost over to find out who's going to be on Dancing with the Stars this season. In a special Sunday night event, the season 8 cast will be announced throughout ABC's primetime schedule. So on Sunday, beginning with Extreme Makeover Home Edition, followed by Desperate Housewives, then Brothers and Sisters, Dancing with the Stars host Tom Bergeron will be name-dropping all night. Tell us who will be taking the floor when the show returns on March 9th.
It was nearly a year ago that a fire reduced parts of the Universal Studios lot to ashes, and now it's almost ready to reopen. The fire burned more than 4 acres of the world's largest working movie studio lot. Universal says an updated and technically improved lot will reopen sometime this summer. Visitors will be able to see a rebuilt New York streetscape and Courthouse Square. The new sets, including a London-based street and modern urban cityscape, will all be there.
It's 5:22 right now, and one city's top cop pulls off a painful stunt for charity. We'll show you what he did next.
Also, we had an Eyewitness News, a terrifying incident caught on tape as a car smashes into a storefront.
And let's check out the morning sports scoreboard. Not a lot going on, but the Kings beat the Senators.
Here's what's making news around the nation this morning. A near tragedy in Hallandale Beach, Florida, when a car plows through the front door of a store. The videotape shows the car jumping the curb as a driver pulls into park. 2 women on the sidewalk were seriously injured. 3 others inside the store were also injured. The driver was a woman in her 80s. Police have not determined whether she was at fault or whether there was a mechanical problem with the car.
A cab driver in Florida is being praised for finding a bag filled with expensive items and then simply returning it to the owner. Mickey Cooper lost her bag during a trip to Atlanta. In that bag was a diamond ring, a Rolex watch, iPod, and camera. Walter Fernandez found the bag and returned it and everything inside to Cooper. Cooper says she was very grateful and gave Fernandez a $200 reward. When asked why he gave the bag back, he said, "It wasn't mine."
That is the police chief in Combined Deluxe, Wisconsin, getting tasered by 2 of his own officers. Chief Stephen Woolgart was the only one in the department who hadn't felt the shock of a taser. He told his officers he'd go through it if they raised $500 for charity. They ended up collecting twice that amount, so Woolgart held up his end of the deal last night. By the way, he's about to retire after 30 years with the department.
I wonder if that's a good thing, that when somebody says, "Hey, will you give money so we can shock the chief?" And everybody goes, "Sure, I'll give 2.
I'm just thinking, poor guy, is
You're
that
extra.
safe? You know, he's about to retire.
Yeah, really. LA County leaders issue a threat to Sacramento if a deal isn't reached on the state budget soon. We'll have details next.
Also, we had an Eyewitness News at 5:30. We could learn a lot more today about the case against Barry Bonds. Hundreds of documents are set to be unsealed.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm Garth Kemp. This is Long Beach to downtown LA. Still pretty much clear out there, but a change in the forecast. Rain's coming our way. We'll have it. Hey, Jen, good morning.
Hey there, Garth. Good morning to you, and good morning, everybody. We have new trouble in Cerritos. This will affect things on the 605, at the 91, and I continue to follow an ABC 7 traffic alert. How that affects the 5710 interchange when we come back.
ABC 7, your home for an evening at the Academy Awards, February 22nd. Live from ABC 7, Philip Palmer, Kathy Vara, Garth Camp Weather, Jane Monreal, and Scott Rife Traffic. Now, Southern California's first high-definition news. Eyewitness News at 5:30.
President Barack Obama ready to crack down on compensation. The new rules he wants in place for bailout companies.
LA County supervisors are fighting back against deep state budget cut proposals. What they plan to do if Sacramento doesn't come up with a deal soon.
And scientists say there's another reason behind your wrinkles, why you can't blame it all on age. Good morning. It's Wednesday, February 4th. I'm Philip Palmer.
And I'm Kathy Vara. You like to blame it on experiences
blame
in
it on
life,
something.
right? This was a happy moment and all that. Okay, let's check the weather right now. We have some changes. Here's Garth Kemp.
What are you looking at me for? The wrinkle story. Good morning, everybody. HD, Angeles National Forest. Nice to have you with us. Listen, a beautiful morning today. 56 degrees, a little milder than yesterday. We're starting to go onshore, and things are starting to change for us. As the high starts to break down, temperatures are going to start to go down. We're going to start to watch a shot of rain coming our way. 50 right now in Oxnard, 47 into Burbank, 47 in Ontario, and 33 into the high country. All right, so the beaches today, 72 degrees. The valley, 77. The mountains, 53, in the desert's 81. If you missed it earlier, there was Jane's shot that one of the directors got with Jane and The Rock. Can you see that pretty well? Right? I think you can, right there. But what people didn't know is the way it originally started was this was the money shot. Huh? That's it. Get it? The Rock, the Garth. Which is better? Which is worth more?
I don't
Okay,
know. It's
I'm done.
a giant
It's
floating
over.
Garth.
Yeah.
All right, we have a traffic alert.
That was kind of a different alert. That was Garth's big head. That was, oh, here we go. This might be a better shot. Do you see that? There's me. This was about me for a second. And that was Garth's big head. And, there we go. All right, his film comes out soon, I'm sure. Game Plan was good, out by Disney. Good morning, everybody. We do have that traffic alert. San Dimas, 57 southbound, the connector road to the 10, either direction still shut down. It was all because of an earlier semi that caught on fire. The fire's out. They're just waiting to haul the big rig out of there. In the meantime, things are pretty quiet out of the Inland Empire, although it looks like that 91 westbound is going to slow down from the 15 out through the 55. So as a result, drive time's up to about 19 minutes. Getting word of a trouble spot on the 71 just south of the 10. And a car went over the side in Cerritos, north 605 to the west 91. We have a shot of the Caltrans camera over the 5, looking good through Boyle Heights, and so does your traffic tracker drive time. Southbound side out of the New Hall Pass down to East LA. We are looking at 26 minutes, and I can't just help but continuing to look at Garth's face close up more and more. Oh, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. All right, next time. Kathy and Philip.
President Barack Obama cracking down today on bailed out companies. He's announcing a plan to cap the pay of top executives. The president not only wants to cap the pay, he wants tougher transparency rules on aviation services, holiday parties, office renovations, even company conferences. All this as the cost of his economic recovery plan grows to $900 billion. The Senate just added tax breaks for car buyers. Tax breaks for home buyers are also under consideration. But the bill is hitting snags as senators from both parties try to trim tens of billions of dollars from this package. Some Republicans have come up with an alternative plan. Senator John McCain supports a $445 billion plan that includes $275 billion in tax cuts.
We can either fight the Democrat proposals, which would increase the deficit incredibly and mortgage our children's futures and not beneficially stimulate our economy, which we will do in many respects. But we have to have a proposal of our own.
I think that the package that has been put together is one that balances the need for speed. We've got to get this money out quickly in order to put people back to work, and the need for us to make sure that some of this money is going to long-term investments that will make us more competitive.
The president hopes to have a final version of his stimulus bill on his desk by President's Day. Today, he's announcing new pay caps for executives of companies receiving taxpayer buyouts. That's what we were telling you about. Under these new rules, companies like AIG would face executive pay limits of $500,000 a year, AIG accepting federal money. Now, there's an exception. Additional compensation can be given in restricted stock, but that's not completely vested until taxpayers have been paid back. The president's plan to limit the pay of financial executives is the subject of our ABC7.com question of the day. So we want to know if you think it's fair. A, yes, they make too much. B, no, executive pay is not a problem. Or C, I'm not sure if it will help. You can submit your vote by logging on to our website, abc7.com. President Obama will announce the details of his pay cap plan and other tougher TARP restrictions at the White House later today.
Los Angeles County supervisors frustrated with California's budget crisis are threatening to take matters into their own hands, even if it's illegal. Eyewitness News reporter John Gregory is outside the Board of Supervisors' office with what they want to do. John.
Kathy, this fight is getting ugly. Over the weekend, of course, state lawmakers failed to come up with a budget deal, and that is cutting off funding to cities and counties all over California. Well, now LA County is looking at the possibility of doing the same thing to the state. County officials want to check into the legality of cutting off state tax money that normally goes to the state and using it locally. The county wants to use the money to help pay for health and social services. The state budget impasse will delay up to $100 million the county normally gets for those services. County leaders are asking their staff to look into the legality of whether it is legal to do something like this. Of course, a lot of the money collected by the county or in this area goes straight to the state in the form of sales tax. But the county does control other taxes like property tax, and it's quite a bit of money. Now, right now, the county will tap into its reserve fund to cover the health and social service costs. The supervisors have given their legal staff 2 weeks to find out whether or not it is legal to take this action. Meanwhile, other counties here in Southern California are also looking into the legality of withholding tax money from the state of California. We're live downtown. John Gregory, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
John, thank you. In Anaheim, 5 people were rushed to the hospital after a driver smashed into several cars before finally crashing his own car. And the crash happened last night on Lincoln Avenue between Beach Boulevard and Dale Avenue. Police say the driver is a 17-year-old who they believe was drunk and did not have a license. He was taken into custody. The driver is accused of speeding in a Nissan Maxima going westbound on Lincoln Avenue and hitting at least 4 cars.
They were changing lanes rapidly, and as they were changing, he collided with and started clipping cars.
We just heard crash, one after another, just about 4 or 5 different kinds of crashes, and we just ran out, and it's pretty chaotic.
One of the vehicles the driver smashed into was hit so hard it flew over the center median and then was hit head-on into the path of a Toyota driven by a nurse. Took rescue crews over 30 minutes to free her. She and another victim are in critical condition.
The tragic death of a 4-year-old girl is being ruled accidental after she climbed into a front-loading washing machine. Her 15-month-old brother then turned it on. It happened at this Mission Viejo home. Authorities say Kaylee Ishii climbed into a washer like this one. The simple control switch was about 20 inches from the floor, and her young brother was able to hit the on button. The girl was in the water about 2 to 4 minutes before her mother found her. She died of blunt force trauma.
The trial continues in Riverside for a couple accused of torturing and murdering their 11-year-old nephew. Raul and Kathy Sarinana of Corona both face murder charges, could receive the death penalty. Ricky Morales was found dead in the couple's home in December of 2005. The boy's mother has testified. She says her sons were living with the couple because she couldn't afford to take care of them. Lawyers also say the couple may have killed Ricky's older brother, Conrad, earlier that same year.
Investigators are trying to pinpoint what caused 2 BART trains to collide, injuring at least 9 passengers.
We heard a little rumble, a little metal banging, bam, 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 and then it stopped.
BART officials say one train sideswiped another near the Oakland City Center 12th Street station yesterday afternoon. They say one of the trains was being operated manually, but the other was computer controlled. Both were moving very slowly at the time of the crash. No major injuries were reported.
The challenge against the new California law banning gay marriage is set to go before the state Supreme Court.
Also coming up on Eyewitness News, a key figure in the investigation of the multi-billion-dollar Ponzi scheme will testify on Capitol Hill today. Why he says the government knew about what was happening for a long time.
And why you can't always blame age for your wrinkles.
I know, man. 23 years old. What's up with these little crow's feet here? Good morning, everybody. Downtown Los Angeles, HT rain's on the way. One more nice day on tap, then things begin to change. Hey, Jane.
Hey there, Gar. That's 23 in dog years. Oh, Garth, don't you miss me? Good morning, everybody. Hey, San Fernando Valley looks pretty good. Still following this ABC 7 traffic alert in San Dimas, 57 at the 10. An update when we come back.
You're watching Eyewitness News in high definition.
The president of the Screen Actors Guild is headed back to court tomorrow to get the union's ousted negotiator back to the bargaining table. Alan Rosenberg asked a judge yesterday to grant a temporary restraining order against any further contract negotiations, claiming SAG negotiator Doug Allen, who you just saw there in video, was unjustly fired. The complaint alleges that many of SAG's 71 board members were not contacted before Allen's removal last week. The judge denied the petition, noting several errors in it. Rosenberg's attorneys plan to fix the problems and will try again tomorrow.
California's highest court says it will take up legal challenges to Prop 8, the state's voter-approved same-sex marriage ban, next month. The state Supreme Court has set March 5th for oral arguments. Gay couples, several local governments, and the Attorney General's office maintain the ballot initiative, which passed with 52% of the vote, is unconstitutional. If the court upholds the ban, it will then decide whether the 18,000 same-sex marriages performed are still valid.
A judge in San Francisco will unseal hundreds of pages of revealing documents today that outline the government's case against former baseball star Barry Bonds. Those documents are expected to include urine and blood tests that reportedly show the former San Francisco Giants slugger tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs. Bonds is accused of lying to a federal grand jury about taking the drugs. He has pleaded not guilty to perjury charges. The trial starts March 2nd.
A fraud investigator who says he tipped off regulators about alleged swindler Bernie Madoff testifies before Congress today. He is accused of cheating investors out of more than $50 billion in an apparent Ponzi scheme. Harry Markopolos says the Securities and Exchange Commission ignored his warnings about Madoff for years. He told them there was no way Madoff could be making the returns he was boasting that he was earning. 5 top SEC officials will also appear before the House Financial Services Subcommittee today.
President Barack Obama's campaign manager, David Plouffe, has agreed to a 7-figure deal to write a book about the 2008 election. There's no official word on the financial details, but 2 executives say the bidding reached $2 million. The Audacity to Win will detail how the decision was made to run despite long odds and strategies used during the campaign. The book will come out next fall.
A big change in our weather is coming. Let's show you a live look right now in high definition out at LAX. Garth Kemp is up next with a live Mega Doppler 7000 HD forecast.
Also ahead on Eyewitness News, NASA's scrubbing is already scrubbing its first attempt to launch the next shuttle heading to space. We'll tell you why next.
And time now to head over to abc7.com and check out the picture that we posted so you can write a caption. Here's the picture. Now get creative and write what you think the caption should be. Once again, you can find this picture by going to our website, abc7.com. Just click on the See It on TV link that's at the top of the homepage.
Out of work, you can still make money. Tonight, you don't need a job to keep the cash coming in.
It was really easy.
From $20 to $2,500.
You know, you can add that up.
Eyewitness News reveals unusual ways to make money. Tonight at 11 on ABC 7.
The California Insurance Commission will host a town hall meeting tonight for victims of last November's Triangle Complex fire. That wildfire started near Corona, but strong winds pushed the fire into LA, Orange, and San Bernardino counties. More than 180 homes were destroyed and another 120 were damaged. The town hall meeting allows those homeowners to ask questions of state and federal officials as well as representatives of the insurance industry. That meeting is tonight at 7 at the Yorba Linda Community Center on Casa Loma Avenue.
A long time ago,
I
doesn't
know,
it?
it's
But
so
really,
unfortunate
for those
to-
people, it wasn't.
Hard to see those pictures once again. Well, you're here with the weather and we have changes
Yeah,
coming.
we do. Enjoy today. I think today's going to be a really nice day. Yesterday was great, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was fabulous.
Yeah, it was really perfect. Today, a little bit cooler, still very nice out there, but things will change as we make our way through the afternoon into the evening hours. And then through tomorrow, and nice to have you with us, everyone. 548, this is Long Beach shooting the downtown LA. One of our great shots in high definition. Love to get these shots in off HD. It is just spectacular. I don't know what the blue thing is in the center there. I always try to figure out what it is. Obviously, it's not the Staples Center, but anyway, great shot, shooting a nice distance there, and 56 degrees, clear downtown. Winds are north-northeast, barely swirling downtown at 3, but we're definitely starting to push onshore for us now. 47 into Ontario, 53 into Santa Clarita. Palmdale down a degree from last hour at 32. And Santa Ana coming in at 50 degrees. So there's the low we're watching. There's a couple of them. One right here, one out to the Gulf of Alaska. It's going to come down on the heels of this thing. Some nice symmetry and rotation of this thing over the next 24 hours. It continues to approach us, moves the high pressure off to the east, and we'll start to bring it in. You can see some clouds already streaming through the Bay Area. The big difference from yesterday, this system will start to move in probably Thursday afternoon. We'll see our first amount of rain, maybe about 1 or 2 up towards Ventura County, and then about 4 o'clock or so as we make our way through the afternoon in LA County. We could see anywhere between the time both of these move through 1 inch to 2 inches of rain in the lowlands, a little more up into the mountains. Or, the slopes, south-facing slopes. We're going to have to watch for flash flooding. We're going to keep a heavy eye on that. 75 in Long Beach today. A little cooler in the shore, 72 there. That's the effect of the sea breeze. 76 in the Northridge, 69 into Palmdale, and 77 into Pasadena. Surfers, it's a west-northwest swell today, 1 to 3 into Malibu. El Porto, decent shape at 2 to 3. Surf City, nice at 2 to 4. Same for San Onofre, high tide at 11:57 today. Here's the 7-day. Tomorrow, big cool down. Cold air starts to move through. The rain shots increase throughout the day. Snow level starts at around 6,500, moves down to around 5,000 feet by Friday. So Thursday afternoon, Thursday night, Friday we become more showery in nature. Then Friday night, that second system kind of rolls through, and that'll give us another blast. and some more rain coming our way. And we're going to once again watch for those thunderstorms to develop. Atmosphere gets destabilized. We could see some decent rainfall in short periods of time, and that's what always bothers us, speaking of the fires, into the burn areas. And I think by Sunday we start to clear out, and Sunday just looks like a beautiful, cool day. Great day to get out maybe and do some farmers market shopping, which is
good
big.
idea.
That's a great thing. I did that this Sunday. It was a blast. Man. I
Yeah,
haven't
it's
done it in
nice,
a long time.
healthy fruits and vegetables.
Yeah,
Very
well,
good.
and fried foods.
At the
You can find
farmer's
some
market?
fried foods there, my friend.
Tamales.
Tamales.
Down in Santa Monica.
But
We
you
like-
enjoy your vegetables,
Y'all are
Philip
bad.
Amigo.
Let's go to Jane Monreal. She's back, and sadly, we have a traffic alert to start things off.
Yeah, it's going to be here for a little while longer, especially, well, gosh, it's been here since about 1:30. So we're waiting for this thing to be cleared up. South 57 to the 10, either side remains shut down, all because of an earlier big rig fire. The fire is out. They're just waiting to haul the thing out of the way. South 57 to the 10. Traffic's not so bad, just slow approaching that 10 connector road. Of course, they are the westbound rides that are slow. The West 10 heading into Baldwin Park, although not too bad. Westbound side of the 60, pretty much out of Diamond Bar. That will slow down as you make your way into Hacienda Heights through about Azusa and then opens up past the 605. And of course, the 91, really heavy, starting at the 15 as you make your way out of Riverside and Corona. Typical stuff there out to just before the 71. It even looks a little slow on the 210 westbound side as you make your way out towards the I-15 heading to Fontana and Rancho Cucamonga. Car over the side in Cerritos is the north 605 to the west 91. That is affected. Looks like no delays there yet. 91 itself looks pretty decent, at least once you get into Bellflower. Certainly picking up a little bit of company, but still running at full speed. Your traffic tracker drive time on the 5 freeway is leaving the 91, Orange County line to East LA. That's still running at about full speed at 18 minutes. Kathy and Phillip.
All right, thanks, Jane. Next week's planned launch of the Space Shuttle Discovery has been pushed back. It will now launch no earlier than February 19th because of concern over its fuel valves. Managers at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida decided that they needed more time to study 3 hydrogen flow control valves. A small part of a valve broke off during the last shuttle launch in November. No harm was done then, but it could cause serious damage if it happens again.
New research on how insulin could help those living with Alzheimer's disease is next.
Also ahead on Eyewitness News, fresh evidence that wrinkles don't just come with age.
And as we take a live look into Malibu, a beautiful day, but get ready, rain is on the way.
It's the last thing you'd expect to find in America's food chain, garbage. And this morning, GMA's Sam Champion reveals startling new scientific evidence. So how does 3.5 million tons of debris there end up here in the food you feed your family? Just watch Good Morning America.
Want to be one of the first to know when breaking news is happening? Sign up for ABC 7 Eyewitness News breaking news alerts. Go to abc7.com and register today.
Welcome back. In this morning's daily dose of health news, an FDA panel has recommended that the blood-thinning drug prasugrel be approved for patients undergoing artery clearing procedures. If the full FDA goes along with it, prasugrel would be the first rival to Plavix, which is the world's second best-selling drug. There had been concerns about potential side effects, including excessive bleeding.
New research indicates that insulin may slow down or prevent memory loss caused by Alzheimer's disease. A team from Northwestern University found that insulin acts as a shield to prevent toxic proteins from attacking the memory centers of the brain. The researchers say the findings could one day provide new avenues for treating the disease.
And there may be an alternative to Botox to take years off your face. Avoid stress. Researchers say cutting stress may help you look younger. Plastic surgeons studied 186 pairs of identical twins, finding those who had been divorced looked nearly 2 years older than their identical siblings. Researchers say antidepressant use and excessive weight loss also led to sagging skin.
President Barack Obama is set to announce sweeping new rules for companies receiving government bailout money. We'll have details next at 6.
Do you want to know where your kids are at all times? We'll show you how you can soon find out by logging online.
And find out how you can go digital, share your love this Valentine's Day.
And good morning, everybody. I'm Garth Kemper in HD out over Burbank. Listen, nice morning today. Things are going to change for us. Rain's coming, snow's coming our way. How will that affect the weekend? How will it affect the travel as we roll into Thursday and Friday? Will rush hour be a mess? We'll have the answers to all these things coming up in just a little bit. Guess who is back? Hey, Jane.
Hey there, Garth. Good morning to you, everybody. And here to talk about an ABC 7 traffic alert. We don't even have the weather elements to impact things, but we do have this traffic alert in effect in San Dimas 57 at the 10 connector road. So we'll get the latest on that. Some drive time getting slow out there, including the 60 as you make your way out of Diamond Bar, and the West 91 drive time out of Corona. All in Eyewitness News at 6. Straight ahead.
Live from ABC 7, Philip Palmer, Kathy Vara, Garth Camp Weather, Jane Monreal, and Scott Rife Traffic. Now, Southern California's first high-definition news. Eyewitness News at 6.